Good morning. If you remember this pen I'm looking at right now, I told you I was gonna make it a Maran pen, which I did. Those are the Marans I have in there right now, which they're about 2 months old. So they are going to occupy this pen as soon as they get old enough to start laying. I'll let them out to the outer side. But because of that, well, let me show you the other one. Okay, this is the front pen. And these ladies was born at the same time as the Maran. They're all about 6 weeks old. But as you can see, I put half of them in the front pen. I put half of them in the back pen. Now, I also just hatched out another bunch, which I had in the house. And so it dawned on me that these ladies here was not going to be big enough to put out here with the big girls before the little ones I just hatched had to come into these pens. So I had to do something. So, hey, you think I got you some corn or something? I've been throwing a little bit of corn in there now and then. They love it. But yeah, these are about 6 weeks old. So, after the other bunch was born, then I knew I had somewhere around 2 weeks that I had to do something so that they would have a place to live. Now, this is my Maran pen that I showed you earlier, or I showed you the Marans in it. Of course, I got the door open right now because they're not old enough for me to let them out in their little play yard. But, as you can see, all I got to do is just open that door up and close the big door here, and they'll have this much bigger yard here to play in. But anyway, I knew that I had to do something, and I had 2 weeks to do it. So what I done, I went into a crash program of building these babies a place to go. Now them first 2 pens, I took a month or so building each one of them. This little pen right here, I did everything on here in 2 weeks, everything, because I had to, for the babies to have a place to go. Now, the other 2 are like 10 foot long or so. One of them, the first one's 12 foot, and the other I think is 10 foot. This one right here is 8 foot. It's still got the 4x4 box, just like the other one does, but it's only 8 foot total. Now this will be their little yard, and of course they'll go up underneath the house there, but they'll have 8 foot here. Now the advantage of that is that I used, of course there's a little pull-up door, I used 10 and covered the whole entire thing. But now I prefabbed as much as I could. Like I say, I throwed this together. I prefabbed as much as I could, and I did that on the carport, and I made a little door right there, so all I got to do is just walk up to it and look inside it and see them. Alright, let me open my door and I'll show you the babies, because they are in here. There they are. Now, these are the last ones that was born. These are a little over 3 weeks old, 3 weeks and a few days. But there's 24 of them that made it out of 27 that actually hatched out. There's 24 of them total that made it. I've got 14 white Leghorns. I've got 9 gray Americanas, or Lavender Ameraucanas. And you see that little black one right there? Now it is a Maran. When it gets old enough, it will go in with the Marans I showed you a while ago. That right there is a little Maran. It's the only, in this incubator I only had 3 Maran eggs, and that little darling right there is the only one that actually hatched. But now I don't know whether it's a rooster or a hen yet. Like, I don't know. The half of these are going to be roosters, I know that. But anyway, I just wanted to show you my work that I did in 2 weeks to get this thing ready for them babies. Now this one I did not put any nest boxes on. No point, because all I'm going to use this for is babies. You know, when they hatch out, I just throw them out here, or you know, when they get big enough so they withstand the weather, I'll just throw them out here. But got a door down there at the bottom. And in case you're wondering, the bottom boards are not painted. They're all pressure treated. So that's the reason I didn't paint them. All the top part now I did paint. It's not pressure treated. It's just regular 2x4s. But I do like this little door. I thought about that at the last minute and went ahead and added that. But see, I can walk up to this door and just look in there. And as you can see, I can see what them babies are doing. I came out here last night just about dark just to check on them. You know, they got their feathers, or most of them, but if that bub was to go out, as cool as it's been lately, I'm afraid it might be in trouble. So I come out here about dark every night and check on them until they totally are feathered, and to where I know that the coolness is not going to hurt them. But yeah, I just want to show you that little pen. And just like the others now, being I had the bricks readily available, I put bricks in the front, so when it's raining, I can walk up there and do what I need to do without worrying about standing in water. There's old Sam. Now he's a Lavender Ameraucana. He's the daddy to them 9 lavenders I got in there. Now you see that little gray one? That's a Lavender Ameraucana. She's most likely one of the mamas. But I've got some green trash junk coming through the wire, so I turned that chair over sideways so they could get on it. That way they can get up there and sit on that chair and they can eat that green stuff, which they love. They'll eat anything green. Okay, Sam, we know you're the rooster. Okay, well, I guess that's about all I got. I just want to show you the little house that I made. Well, I'll back off over here so you can get a better picture of it. See, I just made it right up against the fence of that Maran pen right there. All right. Well, we'll talk to you later.